Hello and welcome to another video from oorail. In this video we're going to take a quick look at the oorail layout itself. Now I do apologize, I haven't had quite enough time to finish some of the projects that I had going on over the last few months. But since it's Christmas time coming up and we've got a good 2 weeks or so off for Christmas, I'm going to go and try to complete as much of the layout as I can. So a couple of people though have asked exactly how big the layout is, and since you're usually confined to the piece that I have finished, or have semi-finished in this section. So this section of the layout is loosely based on Sydney Gardens and Bath. It's not quite the same. As you can see there, there's a passing way bits on there and an extra siding, and there's the tunnel mouth at the end. But this section of the layout still needs a little bit weathering. I need to add a bridge, roughly. So you can see here that the sides to the bridges are missing some of the photorealistic imaging and textures, so I need to print those out and finish those up. Also on the underside of the bridge, I need to paint those black just to make it look a little bit better. And if I pull the camera out, you can see also that I haven't put in the pavement yet in this section right here, so I'll be doing that shortly. And if we pan over to the tunnel mouth, you can see I put down the newspapers and taped it up ready for the plaster cloth, and I'll be doing that over the Christmas holidays. I still need to tape up some of the other side, but you can see here we'll have the tunnel mouth, and then it flows back here into this section. There's a series of points, and then the points break off into this relatively short passing loop. It's not quite enough for the full HST, but it's enough for most of the trains. And you can see one of them goes off into the siding, and the other goes off into a section here, and I still have to add some track, but I need to elevate that a little bit, and that's actually going to be a goods area for our Heritage Railway. So if I pan down here, you see that there's one bridge, and then there's an up and a down line, and then the second bridge. So coming down here, we also have our wall. You've seen that we constructed that a while back there. And then if you pan back around the corner there, you'll see that I still add some scenery here. So this section here is actually going to be a kind of a maintenance area for the Heritage Railway. So there's the Heritage Railway with the Triangle Series 3 tracks. So we're going to put some Scalescenes small engine shed probably here, shared between the two tracks, or maybe the north light engine shed, I'm not quite sure yet. And you can see there I've already marked off the section I need to elevate. So it's going to start off here at this point, and then go into a sort of small section here. We'll stick a coal depot and maybe a water tower in there as well. And if I spin around, you'll actually see this section here next to the Heritage layout is we're planning to put a small terminus station. So again, we have the Scalescenes large station. We're going to take some of the modules there. I'm going to not use the Hornby Triangle plastic platforms here, but I'm actually going to put in the kind of thinking, what's it called? The kind of polyfiller based platforms in here. So you're going to put one right there and one right here, and that'll give us, gotta add some extra track, but that'll give us 1, 2, 3 siding, or 3 platforms there, along with the Heritage Railway. And you can see here, that then goes out down to the other end where the Heritage Railway is, and we actually have our third line, which is our right here, which is our OLE line. It's going to go in. I've got most of the OLE now stretch built, completed, so I need to go and start installing that. You can see that I haven't quite finish nailing down the track, and I'll explain why in a few minutes. Here we still have our up and down main line, and we also have our third rail. So the third rail goes along the back of the wall there, has this passing loop, and then goes down into the station. And if you look there at the station, you'll see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 platforms in there. Again, we're going to use the large terminus station. I have to add some more work to the track to make that fit. And what I'll do here is I'll just wait for the large full rake of the HST to come down here so you can get an idea of how long this really is. See there, it's pretty decent length. I think it's almost just a little over 18 feet from one end to the other. So here you can see this is where the this section of the layout meets the next section. And you can see here we've got basically on the inside there against the wall is our third rail line, and then we've got our up and down lines here, and then you can see where it started to put in, this is the OLE line right here that's going to the next section of the layout. And as you can see there, I'm going to use the track elevation pillars to get that over the up-down line on the far side of the layout into the new section. You can also see there where those executive coaches end, that's where the that section ends right there. You can see here I've got some points off and some track in this section right here. Probably going to turn this into some kind of maintenance depot for the electrification system, or maybe some sort of depot to do maintenance on the EMUs or the electrics here. And if I pan over here, you can see this is the other side of the tunnel, which you don't get to see very often. Here I'm going to cut this track right about level with this section here, and then add some newspaper down here just so have a kind of a sharp fifth face to round that off. And then on the inside there, that track will actually probably go. It's just not really wired up to anything, it's just stationary. And then you got the couple of sidings here. And then I think this will be maybe a bay platform, and then we'll have platforms, a signal box, and a medium-sized station. And if you look down the end there, you can see we've got a couple of sidings off on the side, and that's actually going to be where I'm going to put the diesel maintenance depots. And you can see there it's the full HST going there. You see it's a pretty decent run. Excuse the mess, this is actually where I've been working on a variety of things here, but yeah, you see here the end of the third rail line is there, and that's going to get extended off beyond this point for another, I think it's about 150 foot section or so of track. So this is the overall layout, as you can see there. Doesn't quite fit in the camera view. So you can see here, if I pick this up, aiming to get something like that going. So we'll have 2 tracks from this section of layout that will connect to the next section. and I believe the next section of track is going to be quite long. I think I worked out the 150 feet of track that I currently have. We'll only do about half of it, so I'll have to pick up some more pico track in the new year. And you can see here, this is where we're going to put the diesel maintenance depots. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to use the Scalescenes one or not yet. I'm going to build it and see how it looks. But I think this is fitting very nicely. Not quite sure what I'm going to put here yet. I need to figure that out. Let's see. This is a pretty decent run. Folks often ask how this is powered. As you can see here, we use just this output currently. Using the other output for something else here shortly. It's wired up onto the rails. Everything is shoulder joints that are over here. Not my finest of soldering work, but and then we use this other Bachmann controller right here. And then for the heritage line, we use this P5 controller, this is the Canadian version, and then we have a couple other controllers we use for testing. And folks want to see some of the rolling stock that we have here. This is just some of it. I duck under here. You can see we've got quite a bit. So, some more. Some more. Goes all the way down to the end. If I swing across here, you can see some of the boxes. So we store quite a few of these. And again, some more supplies and rolling stock and so on. And here you can see we have concrete sleeper type, SL 1 and 2, delay to flexible track. And see there, that's what we're going to use. I thought I'd show you, the basement's pretty messy, so I'm just going to show you around the roof here, but basically this is the other end of the room, and so we're planning to run the layout along that wall, along this wall right here, and then over along this wall, down to where the layout is currently. So just to put it in perspective, we're going to be putting the Scalescenes arch bridge there in the corner with some of that disused rolling stock in the corner, and then from this corner all the way down to the end there, we'll be installing some Scalescene walls. I've got about halfway done, I think, for that. And then from here on the other side of the arch bridge, all the way down where the executive coaches are down there at the end, we're doing the same thing. So that's quite a substantial amount of Scalescene walls we'll be adding. So down this end, we'll be adding a different set of goods sheds and possibly another water tower, and that'll just be down for the Heritage Railway with some sidings in there as well off the other line. So we have quite a bit of work to do, but like I said, we have a long holiday coming up, so I hope to get a lot of it done and have a really good layout update for the new year.